Porter's performance in the fourth quarter, Moody was probably the player of the game. In fact, you could argue he was, given he was the one out there playing alongside the regular guys. That's the problem for the Warriors right there. Is that your 11th man was the best player in the game. And that's not going to be necessarily a surprise. Now, it might be a surprise with the 11th man, but there could be games where like the 8th, 9th man is not necessarily your best player, because Steph often will be, but could be your second or third best player. And how Steve can kind of pull the trigger on who gets what minutes and in what game, it's incredibly difficult. And I thought Moses, I'll start with him because I think he was really impressive. 12 points, 4 rebounds, couple of steals. Biggest thing for him, plus 14 in his 12 minutes. No one else was more than a plus 5. And I think, again, individual plus minus can be fraught with danger on an individual game aspect. But I do think in this one, that plus 14 was pretty reflective of Moody's impact on the game. And so I thought he was really good. He made a catch and shoot corner 3 in the second quarter, and I tweeted it out. I said, this is that play right there with where Pod's kind of gone to pick and roll, drew a bit of help. Moody was wide open for the corner 3. That's exactly why I think, based on this game and just how this roster looks, I think Moody should be above GP2 in the rotation because they need as much shooting as they can get. And oftentimes in that play, if that's GP2 on the floor instead of Moody, that's GP2 wide open in the corner. And who are you backing to make that shot? It's clearly Moses. And I think that's probably going to be more important than like the advantages GP2 can give you on defense in comparison to Moody. And Moody's no slouch defensively, right? Like, I know Steve's talked about him making better decisions on both ends of the floor, but he can move his feet. He's pretty athletic. It's not like he's a minus defender. And so based on this performance, I would have Moody ahead of GP2 in the rotation, just on GP2. Good to get the run 9-10 minutes. Don't think he was overly impactful necessarily. But Moody's certainly one of the stories of the game in terms of him trying to push for a solidified role in the rotation, because based on this game, he was outside the top 10 of the rotation, which means that come the regular season, it's unlikely that Steve's going to go 11 deep. And you got Wiggins to come back. So technically, like, Moody was the 12th guy if you wanted to include Wiggins, who was obviously out. So that's going to be a concern. Again, we've spoke about all offseason in terms of the depth of the Warrior roster, but I think Moses clearly pushed his case for, no, I'm not an 11th, 12th man. I'm 8th, 9th. Heck, there's people pushing for him to start at the 2-guard. There genuinely is, and that makes some sense. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then you can check out the full episode of the podcast here. Otherwise, make sure to like and subscribe for more Warriors content throughout the season.